Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn GCP with Mahesh. So in our 17 videos in 17 hours challenge, we are coming close. So we are doing a 16th video. In this video, we will learn why one should not use the default VPC in production instance or production GCP project is what we are going to see. So there's a difference between learning and there's a difference between productionizing. So that is a key part here. Let's understand why one should not use default VPC in production system. Now we are in our GCP console just for a minute. Let's forget we are not productionizing it. We are just learning GCP for the first time. And everybody watching this video, I can definitely assure that everybody would have created a virtual machine at least once. So let's just create a virtual machine quickly with all default settings. We are not going to do anything. Just click on the instance and just go create. Click on create button is what we are going to do. So if I just scroll down, click on create. That's it. I did not even do any change. Even the region zone I have not changed. I just clicked on create and let's see what happens. So the virtual machine instance is created and it's created in our default zone and the region would be US Central if you don't do any changes. That's the thing. It has been created. Now if you ever thought how this virtual machine gets created, to which network, all those things? So that is an important thought. If you understand that, you will understand why you should not use default VPC in production. To know which network this virtual machine is using, usually I click on this columns option and click on network. I would definitely say this column has to be turned on by default. That's my recommendation. But the UI always does not show that. It is optional. You have to go and turn it on. So this gives a very good understanding that there's a network which is already created in the project by default and using which only we are able to create a virtual machine. So for example, if you're first time coming into GCP and every time you like for the first time when you come, the first demo definitely which you are going to do is first or the second demo which you are going to do is definitely VM creation. When during the VM creation, if Google had asked to create a VM, first you need to have a network. Go ahead and create a VPC. You will not know what is a VPC in the beginning time. So to make your learning faster, Google has created a default VPC for you. So you should always use this default VPC for learning purpose. Once you learned it, once you expertise it, then you should start modifying it or use something better in production. Why you should not use it? Because you are saying like you use default VPC for learning purpose, but you are not using it in production. Why? Let me show you that. So if you just click on this uh, default name, it will take you to this page, which is a VPC page, where it will show you the how many sub networks are there currently as of today, 13th July 2020. 2020, you see 24 regions, so you will see 24 sub networks in a default VPC. So if you see the video sometimes later, Google is very fast in expanding the number of regions, so this number would have changed. Now it has, for each region, it has one sub network. So that is the first thing. So that's the reason when you create your virtual machine using default VPC in any of the available region, it gets created. Now, for the learning purpose, this is good because people from various parts of the world, they will log in and they will create a virtual machine. It's all good. But when you're productionizing it right, not every customer or organization who is going to implement GCP will have presence everywhere. So if you have a network which has presence everywhere, it could be a back door opening up, right? It's a security risk. So this is the first reason why you should not use default VPC in production. Meaning, in very simple terms, if your organization is having presence only in, say, for example, like Singapore and US Central, and you don't have any presence in any part of the world, why should you open up a sub network in Mumbai? Why should you open up a sub network in Tokyo? It's redundant and it's also always inviting troubles. So that's the first reason you should avoid using default VPC in production system. Second reason is the most important thing I would say. When you create a default VPC, you don't create it, Google creates it for you. When the VPC is created, automatically 6 firewall rules are created. And you may say only I see 4. The 2 are implicit firewall rules, which is deny all incoming traffic, allow all outgoing traffic. So that is implicit, you cannot delete it. So these are for the remaining 4 firewall rules which you see, and in those 4 firewall rules, the one which I've highlighted, allow SSH for Linux machines, allow RDP for Windows machine. You see this? Anybody in the world can connect it if they have the right credentials. So it's open to the world. So this is definitely a security risk. If you do something in production, you should never put 0.0.0./0. It has to be a specific CIDR range. So this is second reason why you should not use default VPC. And the third reason why you should not use default VPC in a production GCP project is you have a quota limit. Every GCP project you can create up to 5 VPCs. So in my project, if you see, I have 3 VPCs created. So that's the reason it shows 3 already used. I can only create 2 more. Now, if you have a project where you wanted to create multiple VPCs, if already default VPC is there, you are left with only 4 VPCs. And by this time, it's very, very clear you should not use default VPC in production. Now, why do you want to keep it? Just delete it. Go ahead and delete it. You will get 1 VPC extra. So you will fully utilize the quota of 5 VPCs in a project. And this is a soft quota. So or a soft limit, you can definitely increase it. But if you don't want to increase it, go with the process of raising a request, all those things, and you just wanted to have just 5 VPC, just delete your default VPC in a production project. Now, what is the way of deleting it? One is very simple. Just go ahead, click on the default VPC and make sure you just go and delete it. That is a simple, straightforward option. Let me just show you that in the screen. So just click on this, delete VPC, it should get deleted. That's it, very simple. But this is a manual task. Nobody wants to do a manual task when a production project is created. Then the best option is, if you are doing it for an organization, definitely it is a paid account. You will have an organization node. So if you go to the organization node and look into the organization policy, there are various organization policy which you get. One such organization policy is skip default network creation. When you do this right, when a project is created and when you click on compute engine for the first time, a default VPC will not be created. Good option. How do you do that? I have a video which I created almost an year back. Just look into the video. I'll put the video link in the description. Look into it how to do that. Simple, straightforward option. So that's a video which I wanted to share explaining why one should not use default VPC in production. Default VPC is always for learning. Always leverage it for your learning purpose. Once you have leveraged it in your production project, always production GCP project, always used a custom VPC. So that's the video which I wanted to share today. So it's a 16th video. Thank you for watching.